Guys, welcome back to the Flex Free Game channel. So today I'm going to dive into something that's making big headlines across the investing world, across the stock market, and that's President Trump's new 2025 tax bill and what it means for the stock market, what it means for traders and investors like you and me watching this video right now. Whether you're a full-time trader or you're investing for your retirement, building for the long term, or just somebody that wants to understand how this bill could affect your overall portfolio, I want to break it down the best I can for you. I'm far from a tax expert, but I did do my research, so I want to put it as simply, as clearly as I can for you, so it's easy to understand, easy to follow. So let's go ahead and let's jump into it. So what's actually in Trump's new tax proposal? This bill is called the One Big Beautiful Bill, right? Very creative name, very Trump type name there. And here are the 5 key parts that should matter to us as stock market traders and investors. And I'm just going to list them out real quick, and then I'll break them down a little later in the video how we can benefit from each of these here. So number 1, it's going to come with lower corporate tax rate from 21% down to 15%. Number 2, it's also going to come with lower capital gains tax. The top rate tax, capital gains tax, drops down to 15%, and the 3.8% net investment income tax is going to be gone with this bill. Number 3, you're going to get bonus depreciation is back, so companies can write off bigger purchases faster, right? Some incentive for companies there. Number 4, tariffs and trade talks. Obviously, new tariffs are on the table, right? We're seeing that in the first half of this year, and that could shake things up globally. We're already getting a taste of that. And then we got national debt. This tax bill could add up to $3.8 trillion to the deficit over the next 10 years. So adding to that national deficit. So now let's talk about how this impacts stock market traders, short-term traders specifically. So if you're actively trading stocks, here's how the new tax bill might affect you. Some positives for you. So number 1, you get lower capital gains tax. So the more money is going to stay in your pocket when you're selling on winning trades. So that's a good thing. Number 2, no 3.8% net investment income tax. So less tax on those serious profits, right? So if you're making some good profits in your trades, less tax on that. That's another positive. Also, increased volatility in the market. We got tariff uncertainty. We got budget debates. We got recession talks on the table. That could make markets more choppy, more volatile, which is actually a good thing for short-term traders if you know how to capitalize on that volatility. But with all that being said, we do have to be cautious, right? If inflation rises because of this tax bill and higher deficits also, that higher deficit also occurs, then interest rates might go up, and that's going to hurt growth stocks and those momentum plays as you're trying to do your trades, right? So we got to be very cautious with this bill as well. So now let's talk about long-term investors. How does this impact long-term investors? There are some benefits for long-term investors here as well. So we got lower corporate taxes, right? So companies are going to be able to earn more, which often means that leads to higher stock prices, right? As that revenue goes up and the money goes up, businesses are doing better. That's what's going to drive stock prices higher, and that's what's going to give better returns to investors over time. Also, another key benefit for this tax bill for long-term investors is capital gains tax breaks, right? So long-term holders could keep more of the profits when it's time to sell. The longer you're holding your profits, then your stocks, then you're benefiting from those long-term capital gains tax breaks there. And then lastly, research and development business incentives, right? So innovation-heavy sectors like your technology sector, biotech companies, they might thrive in this type of environment, right? More incentives, more money's going into these type of companies. And again, that's going to help drive revenue and innovation for these types of companies there. So, but also don't forget, we got bigger deficits on the table, right? So that could lead to higher interest rates, which could hurt dividend-paying companies, dividend-paying stocks, and utility stocks. And let's not forget, as I mentioned before, you got tariffs. That could hurt global companies that are doing business internationally. and increased product costs. So we got to watch out if we're investing in international companies and US based companies that are doing business internationally, right? So with all that being said, with this bill, what should you do with all this information, right? What kind of strategies and game plan can we put into place? Now, here's some simple steps for you. Number one, you got to review your overall portfolio. Look at what stocks, what companies you're holding in your portfolio, which sectors that might benefit from this tax bill, like your technology sector, industrials, and U.S.-based domestic companies, domestic businesses. You want to make sure that you are taking a look at what's inside your portfolio. Number two, you want to consider your holding period, right? So as long-term investors, they stand to gain more under this new proposed, capital gains cuts, right? So that might be a strategy that you lean in on a lot heavier if this bill goes through, and holding stocks for a little bit longer than you might have planned to before, just to take advantage of those tax breaks. Number three, you want to stay diversified, right? With tariff risk on the table and political changes occurring under Trump administration, that can create a lot of big winners and big losers in the market. And you want to make sure you have a balanced portfolio to withstand that volatility that can occur with this bill. And then number four, you want to stay informed, right? This bill hasn't passed yet. Still has to go through Senate, so parts of it could change before it actually passes. So make sure you follow the news. Make sure you stay up to date with your strategy and plan accordingly, right? Make sure you stay tapped in to the Flex Free Game channel, because we're going to do our best to keep you up to speed on what's going on. Now, if this bill does pass, it could mean a lot of big changes for the stock market. It could mean a lot of big changes for your money, right? So, but remember, as investors, especially investors out there, I want to talk to my long-term investors. We don't chase tax breaks, right? We want to follow trends, stay diversified, and plan for the long term. We play the long game here on the Flex channel, and that's how you're gonna win. So that's it, guys. Right there, quick, simple breakdown of Trump's big, beautiful bill. If you found this video helpful, be sure to like and subscribe to the Flex Free Game channel. And also comment below. We'd love to hear from you. How do you think this tax bill might affect your own trading, your own investing? What strategies you're using? What are you planning to do with your portfolio? We'd love to hear your take, so comment below. And then lastly, if you're looking for a system and strategy to help you withstand whatever's coming in the market, we have a great system that we use here in the Flex program called the Flex Financial Approach. We have a case study video on how to generate passive income and build wealth outside of your 9-to-5 job, effective strategies for working professionals, solid system, solid strategies that we're going to break down in this case study video. It's free to check it out. All you got to do is comment the word Flex, F-L-E-X, comment Flex below, and we'll send you a copy right to your comment right there. Click it, check it out, and get the information. And that's it, guys. Thank you guys for tuning in, and we'll see you guys on the next one. Have a good one.
Working professional, someone with a good job, nice income, maybe an entrepreneur, have your own business and been able to really generate some nice things in terms of making money, but you really haven't quite figured out how to turn that income into wealth or being able to retire early or do the things that you want to do with your time. My name is Kevin Tennyson, and I feel exactly how you feel. Had a great job, been doing things for a long time in terms of making income, but I really wasn't able to flip that switch in terms of seeing the end of the tunnel, being able to move on to retirement, being able to actually start building wealth and seeing my money grow. I was doing things like putting money into a 401k, kind of just seeing it sit there, not really doing much, looking at the things going on in the economy, looking at the things kind of going on in the world. And I just kept banging my head up against the same question. When am I going to be able to see what I'm doing in terms of making income, actually make that transition into being wealthy and being able to do the things that I want with my time and my family? So if you're looking for something that's going to help you kind of take that next step in terms of becoming wealthy or seeing your money work for you, being able to outpace inflation, being able to get around the things with the tariffs. Maybe you've dabbled in the market before. Maybe you've done some things in terms of trying to grow your money and haven't been successful yet. Well, what we've done is we actually created a case study for you. So what you'll see is a link below this video. All you have to do is click that link. It's going to take you right to a place where you can go ahead and book your time. We're going to go through what we do in terms of teaching people how to take that next step or turning a good income into a nice retirement in terms of building wealth and moving on with their life. So if that's something that interests you, go ahead and click that link below, put in your best email. We're going to send the invitation over to you, and we'll see you there. Have a good one.